who together as teammates were invincible and made the Steelers the best they can be.
Tell me, is he still upset?
Well, you know, Dad.
Never really understood why I joined. I mean, maybe you'll go straight to college. But I had to prove something to myself first.
The GI Bill and Army College Fund. If you qualify, you can get more than $25,000 for college and an edge on life.
You think Dad'll ever come around? Dad?
It's 10:30 Monday. Do you know where your doctor is?
Oh, no.
He's a physician who never loses his patients.
Justin! That's the theme from Psycho, isn't it?
Get ready for a medical practice that makes perfect comedy.
I'm fluent in weirdo.
With an all-new Doctor, Monday. McCloud is back, and when he's framed for murder by an international crime syndicate,
I know that I'm innocent.
he looks to old friends for help.
Cloud's in trouble?
The return of Sam McCloud tonight.
10-3 Redskins lead. Randall Cunningham and his teammates on offense 80 yards away with 4:44 remaining in regulation time. They've not had much success on first downs today, Terry. 2.6 yards.
Well, they've tried to run and once again we point out to the defensive line of the Washington Redskins, boy, they've had a whale of a game stopping the running attack of the Eagles.
Out of the shotgun. Cunningham across the middle, dropped. Jimmy Giles, Kurt Gavea got in there and may have gotten a hand on the ball.
You know, I understand a great deal of what's going on. It's when you have, as young Cunningham has, his deep threat Mike Quick is gone, he's out. Then you look at Keith Jackson, all-pro tight end, he's out. And then you bring in a young receiver, Carlos Carson, who has only practiced a couple of days. Man, it really makes it rough. Confidence-wise, you have to suffer a little bit with your passing.
2nd and 10. Left side. Right through the hands of Robert Drummond. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Can't throw it much better in the last two passes. You know, you just can't. You got to, you know, I think Buddy Ryan said it best. In games like this, our stars have to be stars. What he's saying is Randall's got to make the big plays. Drummond, a young star off of last week's game, 70 receiving, 7. He's got to make the big play. Giles have to make the big plays. Stars have to get up and play like stars in games like this.
3rd and 10. 9 drop passes today unofficially. Blitz. It'll be 4th down. Cunningham has now run 4 times today. And that will go as a sack, not a run. He hasn't picked up a yard running.
He hasn't had
3 and out.
Hasn't had any time. He threw 2 good passes. Both of them were dropped. Both of them would have, at least the second one would have made sure they had a first down. And then when he does need to go deep with the football, his offensive line hasn't been able to give him enough time. Or the secondary of the Redskins that just did a great job of covering.
John Tilchick on the punt. Joe Howard with a fair catch at the 33-yard line. 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. 42-yard punt. Saturday on CBS, college football action as the top-ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame put their undefeated record on the line against Joe Paterno and the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's 2:30 Eastern Time on CBS.
Irish, what do they got? That 22-game winning streak?
Right.
Longest, I believe, in Irish history
Right.
or whatever. And Blair Thomas, a young running back, had that injury, came back this year and had 120-something yards last week. Back in the Heisman race. 2 outstanding coaches, great motivators, Lou Holtz and Joe Paterno, and ought to be a whale of a game I'm excited about.
Next Saturday, 1st down and 10. Jamie Morris, this is his 34th carry today. And he's closing in on the 100-yard day. He's got 89 now.
I mean, if you looked at Jamie Morris, I mean, folks, this is not John Riggins. This is not Gerald Riggs. This man is not that big, but 34 carries and to still be hammering at it is amazing. And forget the yardage. I'm just impressed with the fact the guy's carried the ball 34 times.
Well, believe it or not, of all the great running backs in Redskin history, Jamie Morris has the club record with 45 carries in a single game in 1988. 2nd down, 7. 3:18 to go. was Seth Joyner who missed the tackle, and Andre Waters and Morris. Well, there's nothing unusual about Waters getting involved in something like that.
Yeah, but that wasn't Waters' fault. One of the Waters men behind him pushed Waters while he had his hands on Jamie Morris, and Morris obviously thought, naturally so, that was Waters doing that, but that wasn't Waters' fault. He's just getting blamed for it.
Clock still running, 2:50 to go. Third down and 6. Isaiah Jenkins comes in. I was thinking about Jeff Fisher, the defensive coordinator, telling us when the Eagles lost to Chicago, they missed 12 tackles in that game. In their next 4 games, when they won 4 in a row, they missed 2, 2, 3, and 2, respectively. And last week, when they lost to San Diego, they missed 10 tackles. You just saw them miss another one. Timeout has been called by the Redskins. And they stopped the clock with 2:26 remaining in the ball game. He's one of the world's most accomplished jazz trumpet players. When he feels like it, he'll tell you what's on his mind. Miles Davis tonight on 60 Minutes. That's followed by Murder, She Wrote. Then on the CBS Sunday movie, The Return of Sam McCloud, starring Dennis Weaver. That's all coming up tonight on CBS. 2:26 to go in the ball game. A third down and 6 coming up. Waters, Eric Allen. Defensive unit heads back out. The Redskins have 1 timeout left. The Eagles do have all 3 of theirs. And Doug Williams thus far 14 of 23 for 161 yards.
Well, you can tell by the numbers that Williams has put up and the rushing attempts by Morris that the obvious game plan now was to come in and run the football, and hats off to the offensive linemen of the Redskins. They've done a heck of a job.
3rd and 6. Stunts and a delayed blitz. And the pass deep left side and incomplete. Eagles will get another shot. It was intended for Gary Clark.
Well, you have to think that Doug Williams is saying to himself, I don't have enough time to let Clark go this deep. It's putting a lot of pressure on my line, and I believe that he just really didn't trust him. He really didn't trust his line that time. He had plenty of time. He could have stood in there for another couple of seconds and really drilled the ball into Clark.
Gizmo Williams back to return it. Only 1 today, but that was 4-17. Pressure coming. And Williams gets a fortunate bounce because he was trying to get out of the way. And the ball bounced backward and out of bounds at the 19. A 44-yard punt. Moshenko updates you on other scores. Minnesota rolls on. They're here next week. Terry and I will be here for that game. Detroit and Green Bay 24-20 as Magic and the Packers fight back. Chicago leads Pittsburgh 20-0. And Kansas City has tied up Denver at 13 in the 4th quarter. Buffalo rolls over Indianapolis. Last time the Eagles had it, 3 and out. 1st down and 10, shotgun. Crossing route, Gizmo Williams. Lost a little yardage and picked up 3 after the 23.5. Be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Last time the 2 teams played, the final was 42-37. Right now it's 10-3.
It's 11:35, and Roseanne Horn is learning all about her antifreeze. The hard way. Don't push your luck. Guarantee it with Advanced Formula Prestone.
Come on, answer.
Liberty Mutual presents property damage that never happened. Our experience in helping prevent property loss has made us a leader in business property insurance.
America believes in liberty. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
The only way to travel is Cadillac style.
Alante by Cadillac, featuring a high-output V8, the only luxury car sold in America with advanced traction control standard, and a standard of quality so great, it's the only automobile in the world that dares to be covered by a 7-year, 100,000-mile assurance plan.
Strong character.